Hello and welcome. Yeah, here today we're looking at the Fishing Mega-game demo. This is a demo that was suggested to me by Steam for the next fest, and it's supposedly a fishing roguelite. So I figured, hey, that sounds interesting. Let's try that. So here we are. We have just entered the game and just passed like the first tutorial screen. We're in Tutorial Pond, as you can see up here. So that is where we are. If you like the gameplay you see here, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description. If you enjoy these videos and want to help the channel grow, subscribe, like, comment, YouTube things. Okay, jumping in. All right. Okay, so recommend catching fish to the right. Okay, let's do it. So how do we fish? Each level you start with basic stats and abilities. Hold on one moment. All right, I am back. Sorry, what am I? The song in this playlist was so much louder than all the rest of them. All right, each level you start with basic stats and abilities. Avoid taking damage from enemy fish. You can deal damage to these fish with your attacks that automatically fire. Most levels involve searching for the big catch, so follow the arrows and be prepared. Some levels have a different objective, defeat a certain amount of fish. Always make sure to collect shells and look for treasures so you can upgrade your abilities. All right. Oh, am I? Okay, I am the hook. That is what I'm saying. Oh. Okay, okay. Oh, I don't want to touch them. I want to reach out and touch them. Periodically ripples around the player, pushing enemies away. That's tempting. Periodically drops a fishing trap. This trap stuns enemies. Increase hook swipe damage by 20%. I think we go with swipe damage. I thought I was the weapon, but it's that's the weapon. We have a little... Our hook has a hook. Because I heard you like hooks. All right. Okay, this is kind of cool. This is kind of funky. Steve's like, yeah, you like weird roguelites, like, right? So this is for you, man. Fires a piercing harpoon in the direction we're moving. Ooh. Or we could send out a spinner. Ooh. Is it like gonna spin? Because that'd be great if it does. Oh yeah. Oh, and it tracks with us. Okay. Oh, we're like a Diablo 2 hammered in at this point. All right. Nice. Oh, look at that. We're actually getting a decent amount of shells, too. Let's go check out what our arrows down there are since, you know. Hook swipe attack rate. Fire scales out from the player's left and right side. Interesting. Okay, so I kind of want that. We're going to go with that. We're going to go with speed. Well, this round we will be going for the... For seeing stuff. Okay, we got a chest. All right. Oh, treasure fat. Hook swipes are doubled in size. Or more hammers. Now we'll have 2 hammers. Truly becoming one with the characterization I made moments ago about Diablo 2. Diablo 2 has some weird systems in it. This is cool. I actually like this. I did like Diablo 2 as well. Drops powerful sinkers around randomly. I think these are going to be torpedoes, basically. Places a mine underneath you. I want to try this. Because if we're dropping sinkers... Okay, so they're around me. They're hitting around me, but not, like, directable around me. So if I'm up here, it's not going up there. It's just going there. Okay, so we've got a catch meter. Oh, I see. So we have to duke it out with him. Hook to fish. Okay, there we go. Oh, increase sinker size, increase play. Okay, let's do that. I think damage at this point is probably going to be our best friend because eventually he's going to get near to me. And I will make a mistake. So the less time he's on screen, the less chance for me to make a mistake. Increase swipe damage. Okay, we're getting that harpoon now. Okay. Oh, yeah, we can make some use out of that. It wouldn't have helped us in this fight, but we can make some use out of that. All right. Enemies defeated. 145. Sand dollars earned. 14. Nice. Oh, okay. That's not too bad. Nice catch. Now that you've caught a fish, open your fish menu and equip it as your next bait. What's my fish menu? F? Hey, it is. All right, so we're going to take this angelfish and we're going to use it as bait. All right. All right. Okay, I think we did that. I think so. Yeah, because we're locked in up there. Enchanted. Ooh, what's this? Enchanting available. Okay, I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this one again just to see, can kind of see what's going on there. Because maybe we can get this powered up a little bit. If we can get this powered up a little bit, that'd be cool. Okay, so this time we're a fish on a hook. Oh, but we have a shotgun. So we're a fish with a shotgun. So I mean, arguably, periodically drops a fishing trap. I think I'm just gonna go with the damage on this one. Like, really, we have a bubble shotgun. Like, what more could we ask for? Oh yeah, look at us. We're just crushing them. I wonder what other use besides becoming bait these things will have, or if we sell them, or if they power themselves up. That's kind of why I wanted to do a second one of this. Sends out whirlpools in random directions. Let's do that. We want to test as many of the abilities as we can, because this definitely seems... Ooh. That's kind of hard to see. It is a whirlpool, and it will surprise you as much as your opponents. All right, let's grab this. Double the force of our whirlpools, making them difficult to escape. Item pickup radius. Bubbles shooting at a higher velocity and extend further. So, super shotgun? Oh, look at that. Oh, we got some range. We need to be able to zoom out farther at this point. Increases experience, because experience is always going to give us more levels and things. Wow, those bubbles do go forever now. Let's do this. This is kind of I did not expect this as, like, when it was describing it as a fishing game. This was not what I was expecting. It reminds me of, not in the way of mechanics, but kind of the point of view of one of the old Sega fishing games. The mechanics were more realistic fishing, but it had the perspective that it gave you was your hook. So you were kind of like, I should say it switched to your hook's perspective after you hooked a fish. And for some reason, this game reminds me of that. In the direction we're moving, we did like that. Swipes an enemy a mid-sized radius from us. That was actually pretty good. Or we could add a whirlpool. Let's add a whirlpool, because whirlpools are... Okay, see, here's our guy. The only kind of bummer is it doesn't seem to be anything like... If I go down farther, it doesn't feel like we're... Yeah, okay, so we are at the bottom of this one. Okay, let's do that. So we'll be at least be able to get, like, one of the other ones done, too. Let's fire a wave at enemies, then knock them back. Oh, pardon me. I'm so sorry. Normally, I pause for that. It just kind of suddenly, it's there. Oh. Oh, ow. Ow, don't do that. Oh, it's our whirlpool that's pulling him along. Oh. Since I could kind of only barely see it, I didn't realize that's what was making him go the other way. I thought he was going the other way because, like, he was running away or something. But he was getting yoinked by whirlpools. Oh. The fish AI had me fished. All right. We do have a lot of these little shells. Okay, so let's drop the sinkers again. The sinkers actually were really good. They actually did that pretty good. Okay, so there we go. Let's see what this does. Enemies defeated, $7 gained, 19. All right. We've caught that fish, and we have opened him up and put him in our menu. So, what do we have here? First pond. So let's check here. F under F. Okay, so it didn't upgrade him or didn't do anything. At least it didn't tell us that it was doing something. Enchantments, sure. Enemy health we can add or minus. Oh, so interesting. Shiny modifier. I'm assuming that's going to be how many shinies we can spawn. So you would increase these. Oh, very nice. So you this is actually something I really actually like, and I'm going to point this out right now because it's something I think is very important in a roguelite. A lot of roguelites want to be hard because of the rogue game, and then like Dead Cells for a long time was just a really hard game, and it draws a certain crowd sometimes that are similar to the people who play like Dark Souls and Souls games, and they get really into the concept of things being super hard. And super hard's great, but if you look at Dead Cells as a really good example of this, Dead Cells gets so many new players into the roguelite genre because it has all those accessibility settings and ease of access settings that puts it to where a person can set it to a difficulty that challenges them when they do have difficulty with those types of games. And then they can learn the game and get better and possibly eventually take some of those easier settings off. But by being able to ease themselves into it the way that Dead Cells is formulated to do it now, it makes it so more people can actually not just play your game, but play the other games around them, because they have that easing in, that launch pad that lets them learn how to play these games in a way that works for them. The fairy can grant you a higher chance of finding rare shiny variants of fish, just might become more difficult to catch. Yes. Okay, let's go to our tackle shop, because I definitely want to check that out. Okay. Oh, we also have... Oh, we don't have enough for that, though. Okay, so those are more upgrades. Okay, let's go over here. Let's go check this out. Yeah, just the thing on difficulty. I think difficult games are fun. I think that they're good, and I do enjoy playing difficult games. Sometimes games that are... Okay, I'm gonna try the firing scales out because we haven't tried that yet. Oh wow, I did not expect them to be quite so fast. Oh yeah, okay, let's get some hooks on hooks. Yeah, they're like I do enjoy difficult games, and I try to play difficult games. Sometimes I can't play them. Sometimes, especially as I go, as I get older, where it's like, okay, my reflexes may no longer be willing. Battlefield 8 is showing me my reflexes or 6, showing me what my reflexes are really like, right up until it decided that my computer decided to commit suicide. Let's go with the pickup item thing. So, like right now, sometimes it's a little hard, but it can make it an interesting thing. I actually have a one of the first times I've ever thought about like accessibility in gaming was actually during Battlefield 3 a long time ago, as long as that was ago. And it's an interesting thing because what happened was one of the guys that I was playing Battlefield with, he would always, bubble shooter, higher velocity, extend further, or an extra spin. I liked our ridiculously far away shotgun. Okay, let's go over here. I think I was supposed to grab that one and then this one. Anyhow, there was a guy that was playing with me on PlayStation 3. Like, absolutely, like every day we would sit there and start. We'd jump in, and we happened to be on the same servers at first, and then we started talking, and it was like, yeah, hey, this guy's a real cool guy. We started playing, and then I noticed that certain maps he would do like really good, and then other maps he would do really bad. And wow, yeah, I think I was probably supposed to go over to that one over there. I hope I have enough whatever this is down here. I think that's our level. Okay. So finally one day I'm like, what is the difference? Like, what is this? I don't understand. Like, hey, how come like one map you're like just absolutely crazy good, and the next you're like top kills for both teams easy. We'll take this other one too, because that'll add us a little bit more up close and things. And he says, oh, I thought we had talked about that before. And he says, yeah, no, like my hands. And I'm like, wait, what do you mean your hands? And he's like, well, yeah, my hands are, I have like a physical problem with my hands. Like I have a disease where my hands are, they're not like shaped right. And I'm like, oh, what? And it turns out, like, and this is the funniest thing, that in that particular Battlefield game, there were maps in Battlefield 3 where they had a C-RAM, anti-air gun that he could sit in. Increase the damage built up by bubble by another 20, I think. Let's go with more scales. He had the C-RAM, and he could actually sit in it. And he had found that he could easily do his C-ramming, which I mean, some people hated that thing so much because you could just lock down the air on a map pretty easily. But for him, it was actually like more of a challenge of the way it was for other people. You know, it still had that challenge for him, but he was able to play and he was able to enjoy it. And like he said, you know, he was like, well, you know, I got these, and that gives him some rounds that are like I had said, like for him, it was a good round here, and then, you know, the other round might not be so great on score, but all right, okay. So when we catch one, we exit. Okay, so I think we're gonna go back and we're gonna catch that second one. But yeah, so it was kind of an interesting thing. It was like I said, I'd never really thought about that before myself. I wonder what that one does. I wonder if we can turn that thing into bait. I should have checked that. That it definitely should have checked that before. But yeah, so it was just an interesting thing, like finding out, like, oh, here's this guy's reason for, you know, this thing that you wouldn't even think of as an accessibility thing, made it accessible to him. So I thought that was kind of a cool thing, and it was an interesting playing with him. He was fun to play with too, because he had a great sense of humor. Adds 3 extra bubbles. Okay, let's get more bubbles. More shotgun. Yeah, it was an interesting time. There was some. I met some pretty interesting people playing some of the olds, especially first-person shooters back in the day. Because, like, honestly, like if you were there at the time, like this was the okay. So this is right before. This is when everybody started, like, Battlefield 3 was right about the time people were starting to talk about, like, PC gaming being big again. It's never going to be that big. Just going to say that already. And I don't say that to be, like, mean to anything. I'm going to grab the chest, then we're going to go back and grab the other thing. The reason I say that is because it's just the way the install base works. Like, it's so much easier for a person to... Ooh, hook swipes are doubled in size. I'll try that one. Like consoles are made for the ease of use, and that's why they're always going to be a lot of people's preferred way to do things. In some cases, like a Switch, the console's also portable, so you get a lot of use out of that. Like, so a lot of people will be more likely to buy you know, a $400 Switch than they will an $800 Xbox. Item damage or pickup radius or experience gained? I think we'll go with item damage. It seems like experience gained isn't going to be huge in here. I do apologize to the developer of this game. I'm actually enjoying myself as I'm playing this, which, even if I'm rambling about like other, like Battlefield 3 and then PC gaming. Increase our bubble damage. But yeah, so like at the time, you know, PC gaming was becoming a big thing. And PC gaming actually had advantages for a lot of people that had mobility issues and things like that. But PC gaming is never going to be as big, unfortunately. And everybody was kind of like most people. There was a lot of people from the Battlefield communities that moved from consoles to PCs at that time, and the Bad Company 2 time. Bad Company 2 was still bigger. All of them still had larger install sizes on PC than they had on PlayStation and Xbox than they had on PC. But the actual like perception of the community was more that it was a PC game, when it's really still more of a PlayStation. Honestly, mostly PlayStation. Xbox was never as big as PlayStation on Battlefield. You had more Halo and Gears and stuff over there. So you had a kind of a weird division in the community, and then of course there was a lot of people who just didn't want to deal with sort of. You'll hear like people make jokes about like people screaming racist obscenities and things on Xbox Live, and that did happen. Like it 100% did. Didn't happen to everybody, thank God, but it did happen. And people still do it in shooters and stuff, but that crowd kind of had siloed itself onto the Xbox a little bit. So it was a little, at the time, different when you had people. So you had a lot of different games at the time that, like, I don't think genuinely would work too much. There was like Mag. I want to say it was Mag, and it was a massive multiple Battlefield. Like I think there was like 128 players in it. It was the way it actually worked out. You were never up against 128 players. Like the teams were like 128 players or 64 players or whatever, and the actual map you were on was like an instanced map inside of a bunch of group fights in different areas. So it was one of those where it's like, it was kind of massive. It was at the time. The weapons were weapon balance in that game was terrible. I'm not even going to be nice about that one. The weapon balance in that game was terrible. That game had the worst, like the one thing I think that's like I would say one of the worst things you can do in an FPS game, and unfortunately Call of Duty does this a lot, but that's specifically because of the whole prestige system. And that is that you have like your beginner guns be worse than your later guns. Like, so that's one thing Battlefield 3 got great too. Was like they didn't do that. Like you had two weapons and everybody thought that they were like, when you started Battlefield 3, you had the M16 on the US side and you had the AK-74 on the Russian side. And you had to get 100 kills with each of those weapons to unlock them for the other side. We put up with nonsense that no one would do today to like do stuff like that. People would lose their minds. That was happening today. But the funny part about it was that that people would complain when they got on the Russian team. And they'd be like, oh my God, yeah, no, this is unplayable. I have to use this horrible, horrible AK, because the AK fired at like 700 rounds per minute. And then the M16 was 850. So like up close, if you got in a firefight with an M16, you got eaten alive. Like you were just done. Ooh, how far down are we gonna? The other one was the quick fish. This fish is taking us forever. It's not bad though. I'm not complaining. I am gonna have to like figure out how to get a little life back. I think I need to get some regen in this. This is fun. Actually, I'm having fun in this demo. I'm also enjoying myself reminiscing on old gaming things. But the AK actually in Battlefield 6 is funny because it reminds me of the same situation where everybody's kind of looking for the gun that has like the highest fire rate. Like, what's the gun that it does the fastest amount of damage? And that AK was a laser beam. Like it had, oh, we find the better guy. Let's get our thing here first. Like the recoil on the AK was so nice. Absolutely so crazy nice that you could get a ton of kills with it, because as long as you weren't trying to like oppose an SMG or one of the high, like the AS Val or one of the higher fire rate. No, I think the AS Val in that one might actually had a lower fire rate. Yeah, because that one had the tap fire on it. But the higher fire rate automatics would beat you up close, but at range you would just absolutely obliterate them every day as long as you went for headshots, because with the way the modifier was, you had so much more accuracy. Quite honestly, like one of the best guns in that entire game was the G3A3, and they've never had a gun like that again because that thing was just cruelty. Like, you needed to learn how to use that gun, and if you learned how to use that gun, you wrecked everybody on the server. Like, No exceptions. Everybody got dunked on by that gun because it did 36 points of damage per shot. And it trailed down. Oop, there we go. There's our catch. So it does 36 points of damage per shot. So it's a 3-shot kill at any range. And it's a relatively slow firing, easily controllable gun. You just beam people down because nothing could kill you fast enough. All right, this is fun. I actually like this. This is quite a bit. Even if I spent half the video talking about Battlefield, but yeah, no, I really enjoy this. This is actually pretty good. We almost have enough to buy the lure, but I think at that point we'd buy the hook because we get more XP. Or what did this lady have? What did she have down here? Let's check this out real quick. This is okay. So this is where we should get our enchantments. Okay, so I'm actually gonna have to put a little more time into this. This seems pretty fun. Oh, let's see. What is this? Hook. Okay, so it has a hook attack. Here's a hook. It has a hook as well. This one has scales. We tried that, so that gets shot out the sides. Oh, yeah, so we get to use any of these things. Nice. There's a lot of fish in here. Oh, sorry about rambling on for Battlefield 3 the whole time. I'm not moving. No, wait, we might not want to try that one. We might try this one, though. His ability is move speed. His ability is none. So, you know, move speed is an upgrade over none. So, yeah, this has been the Mega Fishing. Oh, the title keeps throwing me off. Hold on. Let me check and see if I can find a release date, too. Okay, got it right. The Fishing Mega-game demo. It is Q1 2026, so it's actually got a little ways to go. So if you wanted to try this demo for yourself, I'll have a link to the Steam page in the description. I think it's pretty fun. I actually had a lot of fun playing it and reminiscing about Battlefield's past. But yeah, like those games are super fun to me. I gotta fix my computer so I can actually play it because just like Battlefield, the Battlefield 4 came out, I couldn't play it for like the first month because I had computer problems. Battlefield 6 came out, like 2 days later, my computer decides it is now a unitasker. I can just barely record right now. I'm working on that problem. Hopefully once I get it fixed, I can play again. So again, there'll be a link to the Steam page in the description. This is a lot of fun. This game's super fun. You should try it. If you enjoy these videos, I do hope you come back for the next one. And most of all, as always, have a great day.